Thank you for having me. This event is important to us, and we have been part of the CM events, CM conclave almost every year. The reason, most importantly, for the reason being that as a transportation service provider, as a logistics service provider to the country, uh, we are a very cohesive partner to automotive organizations across the country. More importantly, we are a major buyer of all vehicles, specifically commercial vehicles. And the newest trend that is happening in the commercial vehicle trade is EVs and sustainable vehicles. And we are here to, of course, make our presence felt in, as a buyer, as a consumer of EV vehicles, and through which we provide services to various customers. First, of course, what is the country's mission? India's logistics costs being high. There's a national logistics policy under this government which has been notified. The policy states that the country needs to bring its logistics cost as a percentage to GDP down to a single digit. Generally speaking, the common parlance is that it should be about 8 to 9%. It should come down to 8 to 9%, while the national logistics policy speaks about reduction. If you consider what Safexpress does as a network, as a logistics service provider, we are completely synchronized service partner to this effort of not only the country but also every organization which is buying logistic services. So, as a network, as you mentioned, servicing more than 31,000 pin codes, as a network, we reach out to Pan India. Now, this network ensures that there is a sustainable, recurring, concurrent services that we provide all over India. A lot of organizations have to unfortunately inventorize their goods at various points and places. Our network enables that service every day to every pin code at every point in time, and that ensures reduction of logistics cost. So our efforts are very well in sync with the country's goals of bringing the logistics cost down and to a global best practice. So we are a sector agnostic company. Our services are across various sectors. Of course, automotive and the entire ecosystem of automotive, including ancillary spare parts and OEs, are all part of our portfolio of companies that we service. Incidentally, automotive happens to be one of the largest sector that we service as a service provider. In terms of our USPs that function very well in their business, the key function is that we are a very consistent, operating as a network. We provide very consistent service to virtually every part of the country, and more importantly, all these OE plants wherever they have. To organizations which are automotive component manufacturers, we also distribute goods to in terms of spare parts to all over India. So, which of course need to go deep and wide. So in either of the two scenarios, bringing goods into an OE plant and sending spare parts to all over India is very well in sync with our nature of business. Much like any other logistics company, we also operate a hub and spoke environment. Today, our hub and spoke environment is so widespread that it is actually now virtually a mesh network in itself. This is operated by close to about 10,000 plus vehicles that we just reached. This major milestone that we've reached is about 10,000 vehicles in July of 2023. The vehicles are 100% captive fleet of Safexpress. Now, the system that we operate with is such that we have first mile vehicles, we have middle mile vehicles, and the last mile vehicles. So there's a mix. I think one third mix of all three vehicle types that function in our system. So we are basically a consumer of LCVs, MCVs, and heavy vehicles also, heavy commercial vehicles as well. So we have a wide band of vehicles in this 10,000 fleet that we have. So in the logistics business, this part is not only for Safexpress, but this part of growth is somehow very well set, because fortunately we work in a country that is India, and in India we are the fastest growing economy, and logistics as a factor to the GDP is, you could add 2x to the GDP, and that is what the growth factor of a logistics business is. Because you don't move goods just once, you move goods sometimes inbound and outbound. Sometimes the outbound good moves 2x, two times. So logistics as a factor of manufacturing business or trading business is usually 2x. So whatever is the GDP growth, there's a higher, you know, 3 points you can add to that to ascertain the logistics growth business. Safexpress as an upper tier company is growing at the higher band of that. So as an organization, we are doing well. Growth has been satisfactory. It has been operating very well. Uh, Going forward, our 2025 goal is 4,500 crores as a revenue. We seem to be very stably moving towards that direction. So that's something that is a short term goal. I think in due course of time, we'll come out with our long term figures, but this is where the short term number is. So, as an organization, we have, over the last 25 years, we've continued to focus on ambient cargo, door to door express ambient cargo. That's what we specialize in. That's what is our wheelhouse. That's what we work strongly in. That's what we are stable in. Uh, and there is sufficient amount of capabilities for us to, fine tune our offering within this business much of. The market size itself is so massive, and conversion from conventional trucking to speed transportation or express movement, door to door express distribution, is sufficiently, giving us that volume for us to, grow in. So for us to move into other subsets of transportation is obviously always an opportunity, but as an organization, we've never got tempted for that. So just a correction, we are not in full truckload. We are a door-to-door express cargo, part truckload only, what is conventionally called part truckload. But on the part of technology, technology is an enabler, undoubtedly. It's not a service that we provide. Technology is definitely an enabler on what we do. So if you look at what uh, in the current times, uh, the differentiator that technology has become is something that we've capitalized on much better. The reason for that is that it is the 10,000 fleet which is GPS enabled, which enables the customers to always keep, be in the know of where their material is, to provide that level of transparency to our customers to know where their material is at any and every point in time is a major milestone having got done. The second part of the same thing, or a similar part of technology deployment in our business, is the mobility solutions that we've been able to provide. Each of our front executive, the field officer, going for a pickup to a customer, carries mobile technology, the advanced mobile technology equipment to be able to, to able to secure the business that we handle by way of creating RFID tags, by way of creating mobile printing capabilities, barcode capabilities, and so on and so forth. And that, the moment you do that, throughout the journey, it basically enables the customer to track every package level, and not just the consignment, but the package level tracking until the last mile, until it's at the consignee's doorstep. So the delivery, the entire period that it is in our possession, that visibility is what our entire technology platform is. Clearly, there are some other uh, subsets of technology that we deploy for our usage to ensure that we are on top of things, we are providing the best service, not necessarily the visible part of the service, but also the back end part of the service. So those are like the Oracle capabilities that we have, the back end capabilities. So these are some things that are not customer facing, but the most important ones are the customer facing, which gives them the visibility and transparency of where their material is at any point in time. that's kind of something we are on top of. We are already one of the country's major third-party logistics service providers. We have close to 42 sites in which we have close to about 3 million square feet of warehousing that we offer to our customers. But largely, our business is more end-to-end focus. So it kind of deals at both levels, not only at the distribution but also at the warehousing level. So sole warehousing is something that we usually are not much favored in.
For captive.
Not captive, but it's basically when we are doing both warehousing, 3PL, as well as also distribution. So for a customer, we're doing both things, warehousing as well as distribution. That is where we focus more on. So not that 3PL is not part of our business; it's very much part of our business.